Hey, and welcome to Parents and Kids live stream. I'm so happy you could join us for this live stream today. We are social distancing here in the office, and I have two wonderful guests with me who are P&K staffers. I have Scott Anderson, who is our production manager and graphic designer, but he's also the writer who writes Scott's Toy Box. And I also have Dasha Peepon. And Dasha is our managing editor, but she also has a really cool job of compiling our column called Random Stuff That Rocks. So if you're familiar with those columns, and I know you are, these people get paid to play with fun, cool stuff. So if your kid's really in love with toys and it looks like he's not growing out of it, don't worry, Scott knows there's a career path for playing with toys. Before we get started asking those folks about their toys and their random stuff that rocks, I want to remind you that on our webpage, parentsandkids.com, we have a section called COVID Cares. We've been putting up a lot of updated information about what's going on with their advertising partners. So be sure to check that. But this interview today, we're really not going to spend the whole time talking about what to do with your kids in COVID. So, Scott, welcome. Tell us briefly about yourself and why you enjoy doing Scott's Toy Box.
Hi, I'm Scott Anderson. I am from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I live in Jackson now. And I don't know, I've always really enjoyed playing games. I think games are a great way to bring people together. And I think it's fun. If you need a distraction, if you just want to have a good time, it's a great way to. I've always loved games, and I think recently I've gotten really into board games. Is mostly what I'm now kind of getting on.
Okay, now you're going to be talking about mostly board games today, right?
Yes, all three. Technically,
okay.
Two are card games, but yeah, they're board games. They're all physical board games.
They're all things that are played around the table.
Right.
Okay. You have to be really clear with me. Now, and Dasha, we have you. Dasha, say a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy Random Stuff That Rocks.
Hey, my name is Dasha Peepon. I'm the managing editor of Parents and Kids. I love my job. I think it's really fun. And I also enjoy writing this column because I get to test different products for families with my own kids. And before I write about this particular toy, I get to see it in action. So they're my guinea pigs in a way, but they really don't mind. They are always very excited to give it a try and to give his stamp of approval. So I'm excited to get to share a few of those things with you today.
Oh, that is great. And I love seeing your kids play with these things. We're going to talk about fun things that Scott and Dasha write about. And then I'm going to start with some really boring stuff, but stuff that's really close to my heart. I'm going to talk about mosquito mitigation at your house. And this beautiful spring weather, we've been sheltering in place. It's been a great time to spend a lot of time outdoors. But in Mississippi, we have mosquitoes, and in my area particularly, during the spring, at some points, we have these gnats that just drive you insane. And I just don't want to be run off from the outdoors. So I'm going to talk about a few things that we've tried. So all the things we're talking about, we have tried. I want to let it be known that some of the things we're talking about have been sent to us as samples. Others we have bought, and they're products we use ourselves. So it's a mix, but some of them are samples. And I'm going to start with a really cool Mississippi product. If you've not heard about this, it's called the Spartan Mosquito Eradicator. And there's some tips on this. This is a device you hang in your yard. It has very specific instructions that you have to follow. And generally, it's best to start using it early in the spring before mosquitoes get well established. But if you haven't started using it, all you have to do is use more units. So this is something you hang on the outskirts of your yard, and it draws mosquitoes to the outskirts of your yard and kills them and makes it so they don't breed. So it doesn't work overnight, but you'll see a notable reduction. They last about 90 days, so you might have to go through a couple of sets during the course of the year. I really like this because it's natural. You're not worried about birds or squirrels or bugs or kids getting into it. It's made in Mississippi, which I think is phenomenal. And also, it's available locally at Ace Hardware, but it's also Target, Amazon, and all those places too. So anyway, Spartan Mosquito Eradicator is a totally cool thing. And I think pretty much all of us at Parents and Kids have tried it. And I find it to be very helpful.
Gretchen, can I say something real quick?
The next thing, oh, sure.
I just wanted to add a little something about the Spartan Mosquitoes Eradicator. I had them 2 years in a row now, and I have seen reduction in the amount of mosquitoes we have. So I do like it. I like that it's safe for kids and for humans, for pets. But I noticed, and then maybe we should reach out to the manufacturer. I noticed that one of them was chewed by our squirrels. The bottom of the plastic tube was just chewed, and so of course all the liquid leaked. So I think the squirrels are fine. It probably didn't hurt them, but the tube was brand new and fresh. So I was just really annoyed that it was ruined in the first couple of days that we got it. But our squirrels are crazy, and they'll chew through anything. I think they thought it was a bird feeder. So maybe we can suggest that they can, I don't know, somehow protect the bottom or put a rubber something on it. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. But that just was an interesting thing I noticed.
Yeah. It seems like it might need a metal ring. Like bird feeders have a metal ring around the holes so squirrels can't make them bigger.
That's a good idea.
Okay, totally dumb segue. But in my fairy garden that I've been working so hard on this spring, for viewers out there, have this cute little fairy garden. It has all this little moss and little buildings and clovers and shamrocks and hostas growing in it. The squirrels were demolishing it. Oh. So I discovered that you can take cayenne pepper and sprinkle it all over the fairy garden, and I won't say it makes the squirrels stay away forever, but it definitely reduces the squirrels digging around there. So maybe that's another live stream, is squirrel eradication.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to segue to something else. Another mosquito product. This is by Sawyer. And this is a great company. If you've ever gotten their stuff, they always have package inserts that talk about water purification projects in places like Africa. They have a very good sense of corporate responsibility in taking care of the world, which I appreciate. They have a number of mosquito mitigation products, but I like this one because you spray this one on gear, spray it on your clothes, like your ankles or your pants, before you go hiking, or you could spray it on your tent. I use it to spray the cushions on my porch. And I think I've got a shot on my porch. And so I have a lot of upholstered things and that rainproof kind of fabric. But I think it helps to just douse my stuff about once every 6 weeks with this insect repellent. And I just think it helps keep mosquitoes off the porch. In that scene, this is my porch swing, and you can see I've got a lot of bushes in my yard, lots of places for mosquitoes to hide. There is a dog on that porch swing. That's Tinker. One thing about the Sawyer insect repellent treatment is don't spray it on yourself or your dog. So that's there. It's triggerless. It's like a Windex bottle. It's a pretty good amount, and it'll last me all season just spraying the cushions. Anyway, don't spray the dog. I want to say that. The next product I'm really happy with, and we've actually done some good testing. This came to us as a sample, and it's by this company called Proven, and it works on mosquitoes, ticks, and black flies. And I think those gnat things that bother us so much might be black flies. But anyway, Proven has a number of different formulations. It has a 14-hour and 12-hour different formulations. But one thing I do want to say is, you're outside in the yard, and it's evening, mosquitoes are coming, you spray yourself with whatever you spray yourself with, and then you feel like you can't go in and sit on the furniture until you go wash off because it just seems grimy and nasty. This doesn't feel that way. And when it says odorless, it actually is odorless. We had some neighbors test it, And they had the same good results we did, and they especially commented on the fact that odorless really meant odorless. So this way, you don't necessarily have to have it aggravating your senses. So we've got do your yard, do your porch furniture, and then you've got some stuff to do on yourself. And there's one last technique that we use in Belhaven to get rid of mosquitoes, and it's a product called Thermacell. And I don't even know how to describe this thing. We've got some pictures. It comes in lantern form, or it comes in a thing that just looks sort of like a plastic brick or a weird kind of foam. This is a device that uses a butane canister and a little pad that's infused with repellent. And it, without a battery or anything, it has a spark, a starter. You click it on, and it will clear about a 10 to 15 by 15 foot space of mosquitoes. So if I'm worried about them being especially bad or going to go out in the yard and be on the grass or whatever, just go put one of these by the chair ahead of time. And then 5 minutes later, when I've gotten my snack and my drink and all that headed out there, there's no mosquitoes. And I've been using these for years. I've given them as Christmas gifts. And I do remember one time I had a Sunday school party. I had the lanterns and I hung them on shepherd's hooks around the perimeter of our outdoor Sunday school picnic. And I must say, when the Sunday school people arrived and realized the party was outside, it was a beautiful May evening, they all looked dismayed. And it wasn't until the party got going and people started saying, "You don't have any mosquitoes," that I realized what they'd been concerned about. The temperature was great. It was dry and clear, but they were sitting there going, "Oh gosh, we're coming over to the cook's house to be eaten alive by mosquitoes," and they weren't. So those are things I'd recommend. And let's see, I've got a message come in here off Facebook. Oh, this is such a timely resource to be shared. This is from Heather Dindy Martin. "I cannot do so many insect repellents because the smell gives me headaches." Yes, Heather, and I will admit, Thermacell does have an odor, but I have a neighbor who's hypersensitive, and I was using it around them and it didn't bother them, and then they started using it. And so, yes, I understand. I don't like smells either. Okay, so that is the business end of this product review. And yeah, I'm merely the publisher, so I don't get to do the fun stuff. So I think, Scott, let's talk to you a bit about what you've got for us. I've taken us outside. I think you're going to bring us back indoors.
Oh, yes. My favorite terrain is the indoor. The first two games I'm going to talk about, I actually wrote about in my last column. And so if you miss anything about how to play them, if I don't, I may forget something while I'm talking, you can go and read that. I go through all the games there. But the first game I'm going to talk about is called Mystic Market. Here, actually, I'm probably not going to, we have a graphic for it where you can see it without a computer screen. So Mystic Market is a fun game. It is for 2 to 4 players. The age suggestion is 10 plus. And in this game, each of the players are trying to get the most money. They're trying to end the game with the most money. And to do that, you have to buy and sell potion ingredients. Like dragon scales or mermaid tears, fictional, ingredients to make potions for like wizards and stuff. So how you do that is you have a hand of cards of these ingredients, and you each turn you can either you can use your money to buy an ingredient to add to your hand. You can trade ingredients that are in your hand with those that are in the market that you can buy from. Or you can sell your ingredients to get money. And one of my favorite things that this game has is called a value track. I'm gonna bring up mine from the game. It is a little slope right here, and it has these little jars of glitter of different colors, and each ingredient has its own color. So like the red are the dragon scales, and this blue is the mermaid tears that I mentioned earlier. And what's cool about this is this tells you how much each of these is worth. So if you're planning to sell your mermaid tiers, which are the blue ones, you will get 12 gold for that right there, listed right there. If you're planning to buy
At that moment.
Yeah, at that moment. If you're planning to buy the mermaid tiers, these little dots underneath it mean that they cost 3 gold. So these two cost 1 gold, these two cost 2 gold, these two cost 3 gold. So during the game, this changes every time someone sells ingredients to the market, and the supply for it goes up, the demand goes down, and the tracker moves. And that's how you move the little jars on the thing, and everything shifts down. And it's a really cool way to explain basic economics of supply and demand to your children. Because they're going to need to know that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a great way, and it's really fun. I really love these little jars. I think they're really cute. And there are times in the
I've got
game.
a question about those jars.
Yes, what?
I've got a question about the jars. Sorry, I'm on such a remote internet connection. It takes a long time for my messages to get through. Do you open the jars of glitter? I know some people really don't like glitter all over their house.
No, these are made in a way that they should not be opened. There's like a little plastic top to them. I think it's sealed very well. I know kids can get into, and they can probably open these with enough gusto, but I think they're going to have a hard time if they try.
So this is not a game where everybody sprinkles little piles of glitter in front of their place at the table.
Yeah, there's no glitter. You're not supposed to. The glitter is just there for a second.
Gretchen, I know what you're thinking. You can't take this into your fairy. I know what you're thinking.
So basically, you have to kind of, see if it's worth spending your money, which is how you win, to get the ingredients to try. You want to buy low, sell high type thing. So this is a really fun game. I played it a couple times. I really enjoy it, and it's only cost.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. Repeat the name and the price again.
This is called Mystic Market. Mystic Market, MYSTIC MARKET, and it is $20.
$20. And viewer Ashley Quick says, "Jars of glitter, say no more!" Exclamation point. So that could be interpreted as run away or thrilled to have it. Okay, so Mystic Market, that sounds like fun. Okay,
yeah.
So what do you got for us next?
Next is a game called Miyabi. I will admit, when I was writing my article, I thought the B was a G, so I kept calling it Miyagi for a long time, but it's actually a B. If you look at the packaging, it's like a capital G. It looks like it, but it's called Miyabi. In this game, all the players have a plot of land that they are trying to build a garden in. And let me hold up this. This is the plot of land. It comes with, you're trying to decorate your garden. So there are 6 different ways to decorate your garden. You have trees, you can do a koi pond, there's bushes. And how to do this is there are a bunch of these tiles that you have in the game, and each turn you separate some of the tiles. All the tiles are flipped over. No one knows what the tiles are. You put them all in a pool, and then you flip that pool over. Then you have to take turns picking out the tiles from that pool. Now the catch is this has trees on it. So and this is the tree row, these trees have to be on this row whenever I put it down. So I would probably put it right here and cover these 3 squares. Now, the column that you put the trees on, you have these little garden lanterns, and you will put it in the little square here at the top, the garden lanterns. This tells you that you can't use any more, you can't place any more trees or anything else in that column for the rest of that pool of tiles. So you have to be very strategic about getting things that you haven't placed before, and kind of like looking and seeing on the little plot of land, like where's the best place to put them. Every time you place a tile, you get a number of points equal to, this would be a 3-point tile, and it's also multiplied by what level the tile is on. So if you place it on the first level, it's 3 times 1. If you place it on the second level, it's 3 times 2. So you can go up, but you also might have to cover some things. And then at the end of the game, you get points for having the most stuff on your rows. I know that's I probably talked really fast. I can't hear you, Gretchen.
See, so the object is to get as much stuff as possible in your garden.
Yeah, you want, well, yes, you want to have the most number. At the end of the game, you get the whoever has the most trees, for example, gets a certain amount of points, and then whoever has the second most gets another set of points.
Okay, so this could help with spatial visualization and math.
Yes,
and go on.
Oh, I was also saying you also get points during the game as well. There's a tracker that you use. I think I have it here. That you have a little cube that's your color, and you keep track of how many points you have throughout the game. And it lasts for however many rounds of people playing it there is.
Okay. Well, this sounds like it might even encourage an interest in gardening. Not sure, but it might.
Maybe. But what's also, I will say this is for 8 to 99 years old. That's the age range that they give you for it. It's a 2 to 4 player game. It does cost $40. However, I want you to know that it is not just one game, it's 6 games, because the basic game I just went over, it also includes 5 different expansions to the game, which adds another way to get points, and it just adds more to the game. So you're actually not just buying one game; you're buying 6 games for that $40.
Okay. And so after you master the basic one, you can then try more advanced ones.
Yes, there's 2 that are. I was looking through them this morning. There are 2 that are kind of add much more gameplay to it. But I think 3 of them basically just add at the end of the game. You play it normally, but at the end of the game, like all the decorations that are together, all those squares that are connected to one another, you get points for that. Or all the empty fields that you have no decorations on, all the ones that are touching one another, you get points for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Gives you different goals to play with.
Okay. Now, and the third thing you have for us.
Yes. The last thing I have is a game that I just got this week. It's actually came out. It was released on May 21st, I believe. So it's a new game. It's hot off the press. It is called Space Battle Lunchtime, and it is a card game. The play of this game is much like Mystic Market, where you have ingredients in your hand. You have a hand of cards, and you have ingredients, and you're playing as a chef who's trying to make the best meals and win over the judges. I have a couple of the cards here. So this is what one of the ingredients cards looks like. This is a 3 spicy flavor. And then these are the kind of things that these are the dishes. So this dish is called chickenish. And to make this, you need one blue card, 2 purple cards, and 2 green cards. So this is a 3 yellow card. So that kind of tells you what that kind of you can get from how you would make it. The thing about this game is if you look on the sides of this dish, there's a gold side, a silver side, and a bronze side. So to make a gold dish, you have to use the exact number of ingredients that are the exact flavors that you need. So to get gold for this dish, you have 2 green, 2 purple, and 1 blue. To get silver, you have to have the exact flavors, but not necessarily the exact numbers. So you could do a green dish, purple dish, and blue, but have like 2 blues or 1 purple. So you don't actually have to have exact. It's basically they said in the dish, think about it as a proportions. Like you use the wrong, you measured out. You just used a quart of milk instead of a pint of milk, type thing. So that's the silver. Then bronze, you can substitute flavors. So you have to have the right number of things, but not the right flavors. So if you have the 3, this 3 spicy will take care of 3 of these ingredients. But I'm only going to get a bronze, which is for this card worth 2 points, where a gold would be worth 5 points. And this game, it's a race to get 21 points.
Okay.
So everybody's trying to get it. And like I said, it has the same mechanics as Mystic Market, where each turn you can either trade an ingredient for another ingredient, you can just pick up an ingredient, or you can serve a dish to the judges. And the judges will, once you serve a dish to a judge, they have a special thing that they can do to that you can like this judge he allows you to take more ingredients. So when you serve that dish that he's judging, if you get it, you can get more ingredients that way too.
Okay. And now it's hot off the press.
Yeah, it's hot off the press. I'm gonna write about it and post it. Send y'all a post on for parentsandkids.com. I'm sorry, I have to drink some water.
That's okay. That's okay. We're doing a lot of talking. Listen, go ahead and tell us the name of these 2 games again, just so we can have it in our minds.
Okay. Yes, the first one is called Mystic Market, and it is costs $20. The second game is Miyabi, and it is $40. And then the last game is called Space Battle Lunchtime. And I didn't give you the stats for this. This is a 2 to 5 player game. So if you have 5 people, this is a good one for that. It's also 10 plus, like Mystic Market, and Space Battle Lunchtime will cost you $25.
Okay. Well, Scott, those all sound like tons of fun, and I can't wait till we're all back in the office and can have our game times again.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
So just keep sending those for us.
Certainly.
Will you say that again?
Oh, I said I'd certainly bring them in.
Yes, we definitely want that. I don't know. The office is kind of big and empty and all of that without everybody. We also have Dasha, and Dasha, you're our managing editor. You do the lion's share of making sure we have so much great content in our magazines, and we love and appreciate you for that. And then you have this lighter side thing. And I do want to say a couple of things about Random Stuff That Rocks. That is stuff we really like. So our policy is if we try something and we don't like it, we're just not going to write about it. So you get to write about stuff we like. So talk about Random Stuff That Rocks and the items you're covering right now.
So right now, I'm excited that I've got something that will keep parents and children connecting and spending time together during the summer. Some of these things came in actually during the quarantine, and they were helpful to me personally. And I just thought they're worth sharing because we've been home for over 3 months now. So I think everybody will appreciate new ideas for fun, creative playtime, with their kids. So what I have today here with me is this really, really fun little toy. You can't even tell what it is by looking at it, I don't think. But it's, as you can see, it's soft. There's a little cardboard insert in it. Without it, it's actually, you can now see it's fabric. This is a crocheted disc. It's literally crocheted. I'm going to put it closer to the camera so you can see. The stitching is beautiful. These were handmade.
It is beautiful.
These were these are 100% cotton, handmade in Guatemala. And you might think it could be like a fashion statement, like a cute little beret. It's actually
Exactly.
well, it's not. You could do that if you feel confident enough that you want to make a fashion statement. But it's actually a flying disc. It's a toy, and whoever came up with this design, it's pretty clever because it does not look like a regular frisbee. It has a hole in the middle, as you can see. It's made of cotton. It's completely soft. You can put it in your pocket. When I first pulled it out of the envelope, I thought, it's gorgeous, but can it fly? Well, it can fly. We have a video, a short little video that I took of me and my son playing. So you can see that it does fly pretty well.
Well, I like this for beginner frisbee people or beginner whatever the saucer flying, the disc games are, because those are hard. If you're just trying, you can really whack your fingers. Or I'm always afraid of getting whacked in the head with one of those.
Yes, this really is quite amazing because there's no plastic involved. There are no hard edges. It's completely soft. You can play it safely outside or inside. If you want to keep it clean and you don't want it to ruin it, you can definitely just play inside easily. If you have like a long hallway or even down the steps, if you live in a two-story building. But if you take it outside, it's fine as well. If it gets ruined, then there is a lifetime warranty on this product. So unless your pet gets into it and like pulls all the threads out, you can be sure that you will get a replacement if it does fall apart for some reason, because it shouldn't. They're saying that
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. They're saying it has a lifetime warranty. We're not talking about a year or two. This is kind of a forever thing. So like I said, unless your pet gets into it or like a lightning strikes, it should hold up pretty well.
Well, it looks like you could also put it in the washing machine.
I haven't read about that, but I think you could on the it says here hand wash in cold water and air dry.
Okay.
But it's
Perfect.
It's really not a big deal. I do love this product quite a bit. We've had a lot of fun with the kids playing with it. So and the other product I wanted to share with you today is something you can play inside, not outside. It's this game. I don't know if you can see it. We have some photos of it too. It's kind of bulky, so I don't want to drop it.
Okay.
But it's actually a foam puzzle. It's made of this nice soft foamy material. And
Okay.
it's really... You want to play the video?
Let's pause and run the video real quick. I'm sorry, I've got a delay because I'm so far down here. We'll pause and play the video.
Okay. Mapology world with flags and capitals. It comes with a foam map. Here it is. I pulled it out. Foam map with really soft pieces that go in. And this is the map of the world. And here separately we've got the map of Europe, because everything would be too tiny to see on the map. And then Salomia is working on putting it together. So we're still missing a few pieces. How can you put them where they belong? That's Poland. It goes right there. Good job. What else? Romania. Very good. And that's, what's that? That's Moldova. Okay, now can you find the flag of Ukraine? Let's find the flag of Ukraine and put it where it belongs. There it is. And you stick it in. It's a little bit tricky to push it in, but I love these flags because they have the flag of the country on one side, and on the other one they have the name of the capital of this country. So this way kids can learn the capitals of the countries of the world. Great job, Salamia. Thanks for your help.
Okay, we're back. So that was a video clip of you with your daughter.
Yes, it was. She helped me to play with it so that others could see just what it's like in action. So both of my kids really enjoy this game, and they have a lot of fun with these little flags. As you can see, this is a flag of Russia, and then on the other side it says Moscow. So it's been really helpful in trying to learn the capitals. The only thing I want to say about this game is that it comes in two different variations. That one was the map of the world, and this one is the map of the United States of America. So you can see, I didn't open it, but it's basically the same idea. It's these foam pieces that you put in, and instead of the capitals, what it has the landmarks, the famous landmarks that everybody loves and knows. So this way the kids can learn about the St. Louis Gateway Arch and the Grand Canyon and where they are. So it's really fun, and it says the age recommendations are 5+, but they're completely safe for babies. Well, I guess there are tiny pieces that would not be safe for kids under 2 or so, but starting from 2, I think it's pretty safe to play with these. And I just wanted to mention that the name of this flying disc is Flya Maya, and it's made by Onda Games, and it's a brand from Guatemala. And you can buy this flying disc for $15, which I think is a really decent price.
Okay.
For a nice product like that.
Oh yeah, for something that's crafted. Yeah.
And these games, the maps are $18.99 and $19.99 on Amazon. So under $20.
Oh.
And it's called
Under $20.
It's called Mapology USA or Mapology World.
Okay. Well, Dasha, I'm glad you had a chance to run these things by your kids and get them kid approved and mom approved. And Scott, thank you for your roundup of these games. And viewers, we just wanted to share some things we really enjoy with you today. And I enjoy porch time, so I did the mosquitoes, but obviously Scott and Dasha have a lot more fun in their lives than I do, since they actually play things. So we're going to sign off now. We thank you for joining us, and we'll come up with some fun stuff to talk about next time. I'm thinking maybe sunscreen, but I'm not sure. I'm here at the beach in Alabama, and I've had some sunscreen failures and some sunscreen successes. So that might be my boring contribution next time.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.